TED Talk. We get one of those things. I gotta say, I love the name Zooey. I gotta tell you, Adam, I'm Jewish. When I say my last name, Schachner, I can like taste the coats of my ancestors because they stood in line at Ellis Island. My last name is Schachner. It's got 2 CHs. I realized at 40, if I knocked out the CHs, I'd be Abby Sainer. I wish I would have changed it. I mean, I don't know if it would have made a difference, but I wish I would have changed it. I got this dress at Walmart, and for 4 days I've been wearing Walmart clothing. I'm going to try to make it for 31 days for all the victims. I mean, I just think that this isn't a joke. I'm not sure, I've never done it, I'm not sure they can handle the wash, but not a joke, but I just want, in honors, small honors. Small, you only can do what you can do, you know? Oh God, you know what, I'm changing. Let me tell you something, I'm changing, I'm turning into a hag. I'm scared I'm turning into a hag. When the sun goes down, I feel like my spine curves. The 1-inch hairs are like popping from my chin. I'm craving soups. At weird times, I start Googling frogs or toads. I still don't know the difference, but I'm sure I'll look it up. No, I'm changing. PJ, I'm a smoker. I've been smoking for many years. Currently, I'm actually afraid that someone could get emphysema from eating me out. My vagina doesn't queef, it coughs. I gotta work on myself. I gotta change. I'm trying not to smoke a cigarette. I'm addicted to the Juul. It's been day two. I mean, I'm concerned. Anyway, yeah. I am. My body's changing. When I was in my 20s, people used to stop me in the street in Chicago to tell me how wonderful and round my breasts were. And I was flattered. My boobs have now dropped. They look like the cartoon eyes of a stoner. My boobs could be like cast in a remake of Dazed and Confused. Not with a speaking role, just like a little side, around the bonfire. Just a group shot. It's terrible. I'm concerned. I don't like it. I've come to a lot of open mic nights in the past year. And let me tell you about these open mics. I've heard a lot of people talking about this eating ass. Eating ass, it's a popular thing. If that's what's on the menu, I'd like an appetizer of kissing neck and kissing back. The eating ass, I've aged out of it. I'm almost 50, I can't do the eating ass. It's like, I've done too much eliminating. There's too much that's happened. Too much trauma has happened in my first chakra for that. I think like a few kisses on the cheek and a dollop of preparation H on a nice gentle finger. That sounds wonderful. That sounds soothing. Anyway, I'm not an activist. If I look like an activist, you're deceived by my mix of patterns. Or maybe like my aura of pot smoke. I'm not an activist because I don't like crowds, public transportation, or causes. I mean, okay, I did go to the tail end of the Women's March, but I parallel parked, I walked up a little hill, saw some pussy hats, got to whip them, saw some placards. It was perfect. I didn't feel the need to go to the Women's March because when I was 17, I went to a pro-choice rally in Washington, D.C., and this thing was huge, tons of pro-choicers, tons of right-to-lifers, and I think I got mixed messages because I left wanting an abortion. And I got that dream. For 6 to 8 weeks in the 90s, I was a spectacular mother. I remember in my 30s when my mom told me to freeze my eggs, and I don't regret not doing that. I wish I would have frozen my dreams. I would have liked to have defrosted them around now and just seen their innocence and hope. I could have used that. Oh my God. Has anybody ever called up a phone psychic? I called up a phone psychic once on my birthday, and he ended up asking me out. And I said, he was in LA, I said, just as friends. And he kind of needled me like as friends, Like he was seeing something deeper than I saw. I said, no, just as friends. This guy picked me up, and let me tell you, okay, he was bald and very, very white. He was like phosphorescent. It looked like someone had shoved his aura into his skin. This guy, he looked like he'd taken baby powder and rubbed it on his skin, like he had a little bit of a blue sheen over his flesh tones. He was in a German punk band. As I mentioned, I'm Jewish, and the extent of my music knowledge like stops at the Commodores. It was not a good match. He took me to Castaways. You know it's a bad date when you're wishing you were out with the waiter, you know? I was like SOSing with the salt and pepper and the dinner plates. There was a circular booth. He was like Pepe Le Pew trying to get to me. We did like 3 laps. And afterwards, he wanted to fool around. I did not, as I mentioned. It was like the first time someone dropped me off without fully stopping. And then it was like, it just peeled away. Although I do get his weekly newsletter and it's got wonderful quotes. I still read them. Oh dear. I'm friends with my ex. Anybody friends with their ex?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think saying I'm friends with my ex is a nice way of saying we're codependent. You know, he's got no friends and I've got no job. He was an actor, he is an actor, and he was in a show, and I realized looking back, I was a terrible girlfriend, because he was in a show for like 9 years on Wednesday nights, and I watched it like 3 times. I watched Survivor. I'm a Jeff Probst fan. I used to make him these meaty meals, and he'd like just shut the door on me and have an orgy with Lawrence O'Donnell, Rachel Maddow, and Jack Daniels. It was terrible, but I'm still friends with him. I need to work on that. When I was in my 20s, my friend Loretta she told me that she never met anyone who had sex as much as I did who hated it more. And I don't feel like what she said, I don't really like the way, it gives the wrong impression. Here's the way I'd say it. I'd say I'm like a reluctant slut, or I was. Now I'm just sexually reluctant. Like little ooing eye, lots of hemming and hawing. That's kind of the way I go about it. The last guy I dated, it was a short little relationship. I met him in a clown class I was taking. That's another story. But I did meet a mime in this clown class. Not a professional. I never saw him in white face, but I met a mime, and he'd practice his shit on me, you know? And like he'd go over the ladder, he'd do his ladder, and I'd be like, you're missing a rung, and he'd get really upset. I'm like, you're missing a ring, what's happening? Then he'd like do the windstorm. I'm like, fucking not very good. I'd like watch the ABC News, you'll learn how to do a windstorm better, you know, just practice. He got very upset, and he left me this note. And it says, look who's in the box now. I don't know what he's talking about, but wait a second. There you go. Okay, here we go. I was actually looking for my pocket where to put the note. That's how committed. Anyway, well, thank you.
Schachner. We've learned so much in the last 7 minutes. Hey, coming to the stage right now, he's also going to be at the Burbank Comedy Festival. Please welcome Andrew Searles.
Keep it going, guys! Keep it going!
Yeah, that is nice. I like this. Good-looking crowd like this. So let me ask you guys a question, because I look at you guys, I do see we're a young crowd. Who here, by a round of applause, who here does not have kids? Who does not have kids? Did you hear that, girl? Holy shit! She's like, my pills work. So for the people who don't have kids, don't you guys find that parents